And welcome into another Celtics Spotlight. I'm Sean Meyers, now joined by a senior on the softball team, Morgan Nedley. And first off, I know this is not the first time we've talked, so thanks for doing this once again. How's everything going with you?
It's going. We're on our way to play some more games today, so we're just getting this in before we go and head out again.
Yeah, well, you've had a pretty good start to this 2023 season. You're batting over 300. You're tied or atop the team lead in many offensive categories. So what has been maybe the biggest keys to your hot start as a batter?
I feel like with it being my last year, I'm just kind of trying to go in and have fun with it. So I'm trying to let go of all of the logistics of it and just kind of go in and hit the ball. Another thing I've been trying to help my teammates with is having a two-strike approach. So I found myself behind in a lot more counts than I usually do in past seasons that I have. So I'm just kind of trying to, with two strikes, go in there and just get the bat on the ball.
Well, you've done a great job offensively, but I know you're really good defensively. Whatever position you've been playing, which is outfield or most recently shortstop, what are your best attributes on that side?
I feel like defensively, I'm pretty good at backhands. I've been playing shortstop a lot, so I've gotten more comfortable in the infield, and honestly, I'm not too fond of ground balls on the dirt, so with us playing more and more on turf fields, I feel a lot more comfortable with it. And I think just being loud and vocal in the field, too, is a big part of being a leader on the defense.
Well, you said leader on the defense. You're now a senior on this team. I'm sure your role has evolved. You've become probably more of a leader throughout your time. How has that developed?
I feel like being a leader on the team, honestly, it's kind of evolved for me because I've learned that some things I can't control everything and I need to take a step back. So I feel like this year, once again, I've been trying to focus on having more fun and not being so stressed about things. So taking a step back and realizing that there are other people on the team that have stepped up and helped with all of the things that we have to organize logistically and things like that. So I feel like just letting that go has helped me a lot.
I talked to you before about the trip down to Florida, and you said that's really big for building team chemistry, and you have different activities to try to accomplish that. What were some of the goals this year and maybe some of the activities that you had to try to build that bonding?
I feel like the goals this year, honestly, this year we've kind of avoided any team drama that would happen before the season comes and before Florida. So usually there's a little bit of trying to fix that, but we didn't really have that this season. I think the team's gotten along really well. So I feel like some of the team activities we did were just trying to get to know each other better. So we always did this one where people submit their favorite songs, and then someone else on the team has to guess whose favorite song it was, and that always comes with surprises and laughs. And then we just do a lot of more emotional things too that come with your reason for playing softball and just some other things in life outside of softball that we usually bond over.
Well, I'm curious now, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song, I actually picked Alexander Hamilton from the musical Hamilton because I don't know, I'm just a loud person, and so giving myself the chance to perform for my team was quite the experience for them, I will say.
So I'm sure the weather is pretty good in Florida, at least it was warm, but that wasn't the case recently. You played your home opener with temperatures near freezing. There were some snow flurries in there. How do you handle an experience like that that's certainly less than ideal?
I feel like our team, I know getting there, the entire time we were just telling ourselves that cold is just a mindset. So I think it's just kind of mind over matter at that point and just trying to psych yourself into thinking, hey, it's not really that cold. I think that's what we did for the entire 5 or 6 hours we were there. But there was definitely times where I'm okay, I can't feel my fingers, I can't feel my toes. The wind was horrible, the snow was horrible. Everyone's complaining, but it was kind of just if we just try to have fun, then we can kind of overpower that.
Was that the coldest you've ever remembered playing in?
No. I feel like every single time we go out to Rio, their field is in this little valley, and there's always wind and snow and rain, and it's always cold there. So I don't know if that was colder, but I just always picture Rio as freezing cold. So I feel like it might have been colder at Rio.
Let's talk about the goals you've set for this season, for yourself and then for as a team.
Myself, I obviously set statistical goals. I wanted to bat over 400. I wanted to do really well defensively and lessen my errors from last year. But once again, just trying to have fun. I'm trying not to focus on that. So another goal for myself with this being my last year playing softball ever is just having fun. And then with my team, I think we all know that we have a lot of individual talent that if we just put it together as a team, we can go really far. We all have a history of each other, and we know enough about each other to know what everyone's capable of. So I feel like as a team, I just know our team can do better, and so I was thinking hopefully that we could definitely have a 500 win percentage for our team this year and just keep going USCAAs and River States.
What is your major? What's an ideal future occupation for you?
I'm a nursing major, and I graduate in May, and I will be working in the cardiac ICU at Allegheny General on the North Shore. And then after that, I need 2 years of critical care experience, and then I'd prefer to go back to anesthesia school and be a nurse anesthetist.
To this point, what has been your favorite class?
My favorite class might be a little off the wall because I'm a nursing major, but I also have a data analytics minor, and so I do a lot of classes with data visualization and making like charts and graphs and stuff. And the class that I'm in right now, that's a data visualization class. I love my professor. He's just has like a ton of knowledge about a lot of like random things, and we just get to learn a lot more about things we wouldn't typically learn about just because we're going to make charts and graphs about it. So I really like that class because I like kind of like the artsy stuff too.
What's been your favorite aspect of attending Carlow?
My favorite aspect is, first off, I'm close to home, so whenever I want to see my family or I miss my dogs, I can do that, and they can all come watch me play because being in high school, like I have a big family and a big support system, so they were always there to watch me play, and even my family would go to the ends of the earth for me. So like I had 8 or 9 people come down to Florida to watch me, so just like being close to them and them being able to see me finish my career was a big thing.
So you won a state title as a senior at Penn-Trafford. I know that was a great run. What do you most think of during that time?
During that time, I feel like I think of the team that I was on. Like I've never been on a team with that much chemistry and that much of like having each other's back. I feel like anytime someone was down or someone just like wasn't having a good day, like that team always had a way of someone would step up and pick up the slack. So we always played at the same level, no matter like who we were playing, where we were playing, what the conditions we were playing was. So that's one thing I think about with that team and winning that state title.
Do you still stay in close contact with some of your former high school teammates or coaches?
I do. I stay in really close contact with Madison Forsyth and Carlow Lamaze. I talk to them at least once a week, if not more often. And then even most recently, I know Denny texted a couple of us to tell us good luck in Florida. Like he follows all of us in college and things like that. And even last night I talked to one of the former players' dads because he was on the phone with my dad. And so I was asking about her playing and stuff. So a lot of us still stay in contact.
Do you have any superstitions or rituals before, during, or even after a game?
I'm not a very superstitious person, but before every game, I pray right before my first at-bat, so that's something that I do.
Is there a movie or a TV show that you can recite basically every line to?
I don't watch things over and over too often, but I feel like Pitch Perfect is something that I can recite a lot of.
Lastly, this is hypothetical. It's hopefully never going to happen, but you're stranded on an island. You can take one teammate with you. Who are you choosing?
I feel like I'd take Megan Bollinger. She's my roommate, and she makes basically all of my meals for me. So I don't know what I could do on an island without her, and she's also very savvy, so I feel like she'd be a good person to live on an island with.
You wouldn't help her survive at all. She would be the one doing all the helping of you then, basically.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know how I could help her survive. She'd be perfectly capable of surviving on an island by herself. So I don't know how much I could contribute to her other than keeping her calm if she like starts going crazy.
Well, that counts for something. Morgan, thanks so much for doing this once again. I appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
That's Morgan Nedley right here on the Celtics Spotlight.